So in this video, we're going to cover print options. So it's one thing to be able to print, but it's good to know what your options are and the methods of printing. Now, there are a number of different selections you can make when printing a document. You can select the printer that you'll use, the range of pages you intend to print, the number of copies you want to print, and the size of the paper you intend to use. So above this video, you'll see a link called click here for building code document, and that's the document that we'll be using for this video. So I'm in that document now, and then to get into the section, click on File up here in the ribbon and Print. Now when you click on Print, it gives you a range of different options. Now the first thing that you notice here is that it gives you a bit of a preview of what the print will look like when you print it. So this is what we would call a print preview. Now on this side so this preview over here, on this side is the list of options that we have. Now the first one here is probably a key one, is the amount of copies. So let's say I have a team meeting and I need to give this out to a group, or let's say I need to give it out to a class of 30. I'll click here, press backspace and type in 30. Now the next part is printer. Now this part is quite important depending on which campus you're on. So if I was in the Manukau campus, I would click on BMK. If I was in the Newland campus, I'll click BNL. So these are the different types of printers that you have as an option. I'm going to go with BNL. Now underneath that, you'll see this option here called printer properties. Now this is where things get a little bit more complex. If you click on printer properties, what this should do is it should bring up another dialog box. And this dialog box gives us much more details about the printer itself. So here you can actually choose face-to-face two-sided print, which you can also do here. Or if I want to put a staple, I can go to select finishing and I can go staple. My other options here include whether I wanted them color or black and white. Now just to clarify, if I set this to two-sided printing but here is one-sided, it will still print as a two-sided print. So both this and this need to be two-sided. So we're going to go back to the remainder of these options. So settings over here looks at the different options for printing. So you can print all pages, the current page only, a selection of pages and so on. So for this activity I'm going to select print pages. If say you have a very long document and you need only a specific page to be printed out. So let's say someone wanted to print out over here of just Jacaranda Gardens, I would say pages 2. And notice here that it changes from custom to custom print. Let's go back to print all. Now as we're talking about here, one-sided print. So you click there to choose whether you want to print on one side or both pages. So for this activity, I will go print on both sides. Now in the previous activity, you would have remembered a feature about collation. So this is where this comes in handy. If say I wanted one page of building code all printed at one time and one page set of pages for this page all at one time, I'd go uncollated. But if I wanted them stapled together as both building code and this second page, then I would go collated. Now another interesting part here is the page options. So you would learn the page options or page setup feature on whether to put the page on portrait or landscape. You can also do that here and get a view of what that would look like on the printer. So that's portrait, and we're going to go back to landscape. The size of the paper can be changed here. And your margins. So this is set at custom margins at the moment. So 3.17. If we wanted to, we can change that to normal margins, and notice how as I change the margins, the page changes as well. So I've just put that back to normal margins. And last part, this function enables you to print more than one page from the electronic document onto each sheet of paper. So for example, if I put 2 pages per sheet, what will happen is it'll put 2 pages through one printout sheet. And that's your printing options for Microsoft Word.